going to be collecting a stud. We're also going to be packaging it up to go ahead and ship it out, overnight it to the client. All right, so we have our awesome stud right here. Beautiful, beautiful specimen. Get with my boy if you want to use them. Trust me. This is XL at its finest, guys. I've seen a lot of dogs, man, but ain't many like this one. So we're gonna go ahead and collect this boy and package him up. He's excited, he knows what time it is. Come here, boy. So what you wanna do is you wanna go ahead and when you grab the male, there's a little bulb underneath him. You wanna hold down that bulb and then pull back. You don't have to do any thrusting, you don't have to do anything. He's gonna do it all. If he needs assistance, we can get a female for him, just so he can sniff her, but a lot of the times the male is able to just do it on his own. So right here, we're pretty much just gonna wait till he's done collecting, till we're done collecting. We're gonna go ahead and go through the clear fluid, which is gonna be the prosthetic fluid. We don't want that fluid. We want the rich factor of the sperm, which follows right after. That is the cloudy substance. The cloudy substance ends up coming about 5 seconds after, and it ends up being about a minute total that you'll be collecting that. After that, you can stop collecting. It's gonna return to clear liquid, and you could just stop there because after that, it's off prosthetic fluid. It doesn't have any sperm. All right, so yeah, after you're done collecting, what you wanna do next is you wanna go ahead and check it under the microscope. So now what we're gonna go ahead and do is analyze the sperm and make sure that it is sufficient and that it's alive and well for us to have a successful breeding. So let me go ahead and just get that collected. This next step, we do need a microscope to go ahead and make sure that the sperm is alive and well and is moving like we need it to move. So what you want to go ahead and do is collect your sperm sample and suck it up into a syringe. This was a quick collection, so we got about 3.5 mLs, which is more than sufficient. You usually only need 1 ml. 1 to 2 ml, sorry. We got 3.5 mLs here. What we're gonna do next is put a drop on the slide. If I could get this open, there we go. We'll put 1 drop on the slide. Spread it out just enough. And what you want to do is put it right underneath the microscope. Once you put it there, you want to go ahead and focus and bring the little cells into frame. Okay, perfect. Looks like a great sample. Now what you want to go ahead and do next is we're going to go ahead and mix the extender with our sample. This you want to do it on a sterile, into a sterile bag. So you want to make sure you have one of these handy. And the next thing you want to make sure is you want to take the temperature of your extender and make sure that it is at 100 degrees before you combine the two. Or at 100 to 99, and we're right at 99. So we're good to go ahead and mix the semen into the extender. This is a sterile container, so you can mix it in here. You want to go ahead and put the lid on it and gently mix. Don't go ahead and do it hard, don't mix it rough, because you can damage the sperm cells. You can break their tails or pretty much kill them. Next, you need a sterile package so you can go ahead and package this up and ship it out. Brand new one. You open this up. You collect the sample. By the way you want to mix your extender with the semen is you want to do 4 times the amount of extender to semen. So if we got 3 mLs, you want to do 4 times that. I don't do math on camera, but I'm pretty sure we can go ahead and get that for you, which would be about 15 mLs that you want to go ahead and put there. So 12 to 15 mLs what you want to do there. You want to go ahead and just package this up. You package it up and you mix again. Make sure everything's nice and mixed. You open it one more time. And what we're gonna do now, we're gonna make sure that the sperm wasn't shocked when we mixed it with the extender. So you open up the bag, you're gonna put your sample on a slide yet again, and then you're gonna put that underneath the microscope, and you're gonna make sure that the sperm is alive, well, and moving. Now you are gonna have less sperm because you did dilute it with extender, but if your client is going to have a surgical done, they can spin this out in the lab in a centrifuge and collect all the high density of the sperm cells. Now if they're gonna do an AI, the more fluid you have, the better it is, so you can go ahead and inseminate the whole thing in her with the extender. Now we were able to confirm that the sperm cells are alive and well, so we're clear to go ahead and package this up. The actual sample. You need to make sure that your sperm sample does not make direct contact with the ice. Doing so is going to shock the sperm, and pretty much your whole sample is now trash. So this can be done with just pretty much wrapping it in some kind of insulation paper. This is just packaging paper. This is all I use to wrap it up, and that's pretty much it. So you want to make sure you have a nice thick layer of it. I'd say a couple of inches on each side. So you just wrap it up. You want to make sure it's nice and wrapped up, because this is only a few cents, a few dollars when you buy it on Walmart. So this took about 4 feet of insulation of shipping paper. So you want to go ahead and just tape it up so you make sure it doesn't come apart. Just want to go ahead and get a piece of tape. Get the package taped up. If you want to do both ends, I encourage that. That way it doesn't slip out. If you want to go ahead and do the ends that are open, you can do that as well. Just make sure you wrap all of it up. This next part, you need your box, which needs to be of high density foam. It needs to be labeled perishable. This is gonna give the person that is shipping the container, the package, a visual key that this can be hurt if they drop it too hard, or if they put it upside down, or if they put another package on top of it. So this is key. I've seen a lot of people just ship them on regular boxes. I highly discourage that. And you wanna go ahead and take off the lid. Inside, we already got the ice that we're gonna go ahead and use. You don't need much of it. You need to keep it at a certain degree, but you don't need much of it. Now, what you want to do is put one ice down here, put your package in here. Now, you need to make sure it's a tight fit. That way, when it's getting moved around and thrashed around in the UPS box, it's in the UPS car or van, it's not getting damaged. It's nice and tight, and it's not gonna be rolling around and getting banged up and stuff. So you wanna put as much ice as you possibly can, fit inside of your container. We use these small ones because it's the perfect size, and it also keeps the cost of shipping down. Once you're done, you wanna include, if you're gonna include your AI rods, You want to go ahead and include those, close it up, and tape it. After it's like this, you want to go ahead and take it to the UPS store, have it overnighted to your destination, and it'll be there within 24 hours. That's pretty much it, guys. If my stud has a low count, how can I increase it? There is vitamins and supplements that you can just give your dog that are going to help them increase the sperm count and motility. One of my favorite, and I've used, and pretty much the only one I can recommend because it's the only one I've ever used, is Oxy Stud. You can search that online, you can purchase it, and you're able to go ahead and increase the volume of sperm cells. Now, a couple of things that I want to make clear is, if you have a 10-month, 12-month, 13-month-old pup and his sperm count is low, it definitely could be because of age. Most males don't fully mature till they're about 2. So a lot of the times, just waiting will increase the sperm count of your male. Another trick that you could do to increase the sperm count of your male is don't extract them as much. Make sure you don't extract them, for 3 or 4 days in a row. Try and skip a day in between. That way his sperm, his reservation of sperm is not depleted, because you can deplete a male of sperm cells and he'll eventually be throwing a really low count that most vets won't be willing to use, or blanks, literally blanks. So what you want to go ahead and do in most of those situations is get one sample. If you have multiple females to breed, get one sample and split it. If it's between 2 females, that's the most I ever recommend doing, splitting one sample in half between 2 females. There's more than sufficient sperm in a healthy male to impregnate 2 females. We don't extract them twice. So a couple of things that you want to go ahead and look out for is, make sure you get that supplement, get your male on it. But other than that, just don't pull him as much. Make sure he has days in between the rest, his count. Make sure you monitor his count. But other than that, a bit on the matter and the subject about shipping. So shipping can be rather tricky. What I recommend is build a relationship with your local UPS shop. Go in there, introduce yourself, talk to the people, find out who's there most of the time. Build a relationship. Why? Because they're going to be your #1 person that can provide you intel as far as how they package things and how they overnight things. For example, when I started to stud out Reload, I would extract them first thing in the morning, drive to the UPS, leave the package there, overnight it, pay my fee, walked out the door. As my relationship built with the UPS manager, he was telling me that the package sits there for about 8 hours until it's 5 o'clock. They package it in a van, in a UPS van, and then it's overnighted. So that gave me the verbal cue that my package, my sample, is staying at the UPS store for about 8 hours, just melting its ice away. That's not good. So what you want to do is find out at your local UPS when they ship out, at what time does their van leave for overnight shipments. If it's at 5 o'clock, you want to be extracting at 3 o'clock, package everything up by 4, be driving on your way to the UPS store by 4 p.m., leaving the package there. That way you cut those hours. That's pretty much it. Make sure it's overnighted. Pick the earliest, because things can happen. You want to get there, you want to get the sample there as soon as possible, and you want to make sure your client has a good sample. So getting there closer to the time of shipping and selecting the closest, the earliest time to go ahead and ship that out. All right, guys, well, thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Ivan Hitta. I am the owner of Reload at TDK, Top Dog Kennels. You guys are welcome to hit me up if you guys need any of the services, from AIs, ovulation test, shipping your studs, semen out. We do several things, including photography for your dogs. If you guys do need anything, you can find me on Facebook as Ivan Reload Hitta, or you can find me on Instagram with I_H reload. And add me, let me know what you need, and I'd be more than glad to help you guys out.